guys, my name is Audra Robinson, and I am so excited to be here with you all today to talk about how I use essential oils and all of the amazing doTERRA products in my daily life. So disclaimer, I did not always live the natural wellness lifestyle. I grew up in a log cabin in the middle of nowhere in Iowa, and I was raised on synthetic Western medicine. So for me, 3 years ago, to make the transition to a more wellness lifestyle was a big deal. And now looking at my life and how I use oils and use the products and use all of these things on a daily basis, it's not really until I step out of that zone that I really appreciate how incredible all these products are. And a little bit more on that, I just got back from a trip to Nicaragua doing some work at this orphanage in a community that I just love so much. And when you go into those areas and you don't have access to, the On Guard hand soap and the face wash and all of these things that we use every single day, and you're kind of reminded of what, honestly, most other people in the world who are not experienced with doTERRA are using. So we're going to start with just what I do first thing in the morning. So the first thing I do every single morning when I wake up is I go into the kitchen and get filtered water and fill all of the diffusers in my house. So the diffuser in my kitchen, living room, office, bathroom, and bedroom. And the reason that I do this is because I feel like, first of all, at night when you're going to sleep, that is the last time or the last thing that you want to think about is, okay, I need to go into the kitchen, I need to fill my diffuser, put oils in it. It's kind of a lot of work. And so it's really nice to be able to get that out of the way in the morning. That way, when you go to bed, all you have to do is just turn your diffuser on, turn the light off, and a few other things that I'll talk about in a minute. So what I love to do in my kitchen are the citrus oils. So lemon, grapefruit, wild orange, any of the citrus, like uplifting blends. And then in the living room, I love, I've been loving the Holiday Peace and also any of the Firs or the Balance essential oil for any kind of stressful situations that you might encounter. And then in the bathroom, I really have been loving lavender and lemon lately. I think the most beautiful thing about diffusing is that you really can't go wrong. I have a lot of friends that start using oils and they immediately want recipes. And it's funny because I've never used recipes for my diffusers. I always just wing it. And, I haven't ever had a bad experience. Although I have not tried oregano and thyme, I feel like that might be a weird experience in the diffuser. So if you're looking for that, maybe give those a try. So then in my bedroom, the most basic, easy, simple thing to do, in my opinion, is to just keep all of your calming essential oils in your bedroom because then you can kind of mix it up every single night. So I have 2 diffusers in my bedroom. Yes, 2 in my bedroom if I am fighting some kind of thing like where I need to boost my immune system, then I'll have 3 diffusers in my bedroom. It's a little excessive, I know. And I love to have the calming oils. So vetiver, wild orange, lavender, eucalyptus, anything really calming. Actually, cedarwood has been one that I've incorporated. And oddly enough, wild orange, just 1 drop in addition to some of those other oils in the diffuser, is really nice. Something that I feel like people, when they first get started using oils, ask a lot is how many drops of oil do I do in my diffuser? And I am not a really great person to ask that question because I do a little bit too much. So I probably do about 10 to 15 drops, if I'm being honest, of essential oil in every diffuser in my home. You really only need about 4 to 6 drops. Dr. Hill is probably going to watch this and give me a call and tell me that I am overdoing it a little bit on my essential oils. So don't worry, I'm ready for that. So after I get all of the diffusers going in my home and get all of the essential oils ready in my bedroom so that at night I can just click my diffuser on, I do all of the regular morning routine. So I start the water, get my coffee going, and I love bulletproof. So I do butter, MCT oil, and I add 2 drops of the cinnamon essential oil because it is super good for your cardiovascular health. And I love the way it tastes. It's amazing. So if you haven't tried that, I would recommend it. I also love Pellegrino in the morning, sparkling water with a couple drops of lemon essential oil just to detoxify and cleanse. And I will, do my devotional, have that quiet time and sip on the water, get hydrated. And then I will, walk into my bathroom and use my On Guard toothpaste. This is something that I could not wrap my mind around 3 years ago when I first started using doTERRA is why would I want to use toothpaste that is not minty? I did not understand that. And so there are two things that took me a while to adapt to with doTERRA, but I knew that they were things that I should adapt to because there are so many different endocrine disruptors and just different toxic ingredients in a lot of the things that we use every single day that are personal care products and things that we don't even think about that can actually be very toxic to our lives. And the On Guard toothpaste is something that I've been using for about 2.5 years now. And I will tell you, even though it's not minty, it has that On Guard cinnamon orange taste. It is phenomenal. And one time when I went back to Iowa and I forgot my On Guard toothpaste, I used some regular toothpaste and almost gagged. It was not fun. So if you haven't tried the On Guard toothpaste, it is the best thing ever. And it's also really good for white teeth. And that sounded really weird, but it's really good for whitening your teeth. God. All right, so after all the diffusers are set, I've got my coffee with a cinnamon oil, water with lemon. Side note, make sure that you're always using glass or metal because you don't want to be putting essential oils in a plastic glass that you're drinking out of because the essential oils will actually pull the toxins out of the plastic, so be really careful with that. I love to then go do my morning routine, so brushing my teeth with the On Guard toothpaste. Lately I've been really, really loving the doTERRA, this one, the facial cleanser. I've been using that one, and I also will alternate that with the Virage cleanser as well. And then what I really love to do when I get out of the shower, if I'm just washing my face, is I love the Immortelle, just right here under the eyes and across the forehead, because I got my first wrinkle last year right here. And so I've been putting the frankincense and the Immortelle just right there. And also the rose is amazing, the rose touch on your face as well for just some of those spots that might be a little bit darkly tinted compared to other areas in your face. So the rose is really great for that as well. So after cleansing, I've been using the hydrating cream. This is really awesome for your skin. And then I'll also alternate that with the Virage moisturizer. So I feel like some people are very set on their skincare system, and I am not as set and kind of like to mix it up. And so far, I feel like that's working. The Virage Hydrating Serum is another one of my favorites. So I actually do this before I put the moisturizer on, and I tend to do it just under my eyes here and then on the forehead, and it is super, super yummy. If you're ever traveling and you get a little bit too much sun, the Virage is actually really incredible for that as well. The other thing in the morning that I do religiously is take 2 drops of copaiba and 2 drops of frankincense internally. And I will also do that again throughout the day and then sometimes before bed as well. So that is really great to use just as preventative for all of the different toxic things that we are exposed to every single day. And another really great thing to do in the morning is applying the Balance essential oil onto the bottoms of my feet. It's just really good for grounding, and it's also going in my diffuser very often too. So just getting that all over grounding experience is super amazing. So another really awesome thing to do in the morning, especially as women, and actually even if you're out there and you're a man, you should consider eliminating all of the toxic cologne that you're putting on your body. What I found is that once I went more natural with all of my products that I use, I've become actually super sensitive when I'm around someone who has a very strong cologne or perfume that they're wearing, because there are some different synthetics in those products, and I'm insanely sensitive to them. If you are watching this and you are my friend, you know what I'm talking about, because I am that person that will literally be like this. It's a little out of control. So instead, a really awesome option is you can make your own version of perfume or cologne. Mine is called Unicorn Dust, and it is the Balance essential oil, frankincense, lavender, wild orange, melissa, jasmine, and rose. This combination is absolutely amazing. And if you don't have the jasmine and rose essential oils, you can use the Touch and just pour a little bit of each one of those in there. But this blend is delicious. So I do mostly Balance, a little bit of frankincense, and then hardly any of the rest, like 1 or 2 drops of the rest. So get your Unicorn Dust on for sure, or whatever your version is of perfume. All right, so after the morning routine, I've got my skincare all set, everything done in the bathroom is when I'll typically take some calls, do a little bit of admin, and then have a mid-morning breakfast. And with breakfast is when I'm going to take my vitamins and my supplements. So if I'm not doing the doTERRA cleanse, which I am starting that on the 25th, but if I'm not, I take the regular Lifelong Vitality, the multivitamin, the fish oil, and the cellular vitality. So I do 2 each of those. And I do the probiotic in the morning. I also do 2 of the Terrazyme, 1 deep blue polyphenol, and 1 DDR prime soft gel. So that is a decent amount of vitamins. When I am working with someone who's just brand new to starting the vitamins, my favorite thing to recommend is just start with the Lifelong Vitality Pack and then the probiotics as well. So after I take my vitamins, I always take them right before I eat my breakfast. After breakfast, I'll typically do some more admin, take some calls, and then before I work out around noon, I love to put the Breathe, this one, the Vapor Stick, on my chest just to open up my airways before working out or doing yoga. If I am going to yoga, I love doing balance on the wrist. There's some yoga blends now that doTERRA makes that are awesome. My shoulders have been kind of bothering me lately, and so before I go to the gym or do yoga, I'll put frankincense and deep blue rub and copaiba directly on my shoulders before and then also right after, depending on how sore they are. And then in the afternoon, the V-Shake is thebomb.com with I do unsweetened almond milk, and I do almond butter in there, some strawberries, bananas, and it's a really great time to hide some spinach in there as well. So that is my afternoon snack. One other thing that I really should share with you guys is my cleaning supply regimen, because like the toothpaste was one of the last things that I switched over to doTERRA, the cleaning supplies were the very last thing. And it's so funny because for a lot of people, I feel like cleaning supplies are the first thing that they switch over. But for me, I had never found anything natural that was also effective. So I've tried other natural cleaning supplies, but personally, I would rather have a clean bathroom and use toxic things versus have a really disgusting bathroom and use natural things. So I was kind of stubborn with using the doTERRA products because I hadn't had a good experience in the past until I found myself being such a hypocrite because I was living this wellness lifestyle. I was eating well, I was taking my vitamins, doing all the oils, but then cleaning with toxic cleaning supplies. And my friend, Deb Hellman, actually called me out and showed me how to make the doTERRA On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. And you guys, it literally cleans everything in my house. So I was super, super wrong. It cleans. So my recipe for that is I do the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. I do organic white vinegar. And I do On Guard oil, basil oil, lemon essential oil, and Melaleuca essential oil. So that all those oils are not, I would say, necessary. I just do it because I love the way that they all smell in there. And so it's true. My glasses, mirrors, entire bathroom, like this scrub in the tub, and sometimes I'll do some baking soda for some of that stuff, but countertops, everything is cleaned now with these products, which is super, super awesome to know that I'm not disrupting my immune system by using toxic chemicals in my home. So that was a huge one. The thing with daily usage with the essential oils and all of the products that we have with doTERRA is I don't do the exact same thing every single day. Every day I'm really, listening to like, what does my body need? Do I need to boost my immune system? So it does change definitely a little bit every single day based on what I feel like I need. And I feel like the easiest thing is to just make sure that you have your products with you, because it's really hard to use them and to have the amazing effect when you don't have your products with you. So I have a really cool little case like this. You can get them pretty much anywhere and everywhere. And that's a really great way to have your oils on you if you are going somewhere and you don't want to have a large case. I love the doTERRA keychain that you can get on the back office because you can put your basic, like, most important oils. So in here I have peppermint, Breathe, Melaleuca, lemon, wild orange, balance, lavender, and On Guard. Whoa, and not frankincense. Why is frankincense not in here? Normally it is. But again, that's a really great way to just have them with you at all times. So in Colorado, it has been very, very dry lately, and this body butter has been saving my life. So I make a sugar scrub actually that I use in the shower right before I get out of the shower. And if you are a woman and you have long hair, when you use the sugar scrub in the shower, you want to put your hair up with a towel, put the sugar scrub on and rinse it off, and then like put a shirt on before you put your hair down. Otherwise, there's coconut oil all over your hair. And when I get out of the shower and dry off, the body butter has been something that I've been loving. My friend Caroline shared to add some essential oils to the body butter. So I've been putting balance and cedarwood and grapefruit in with the body butter and just lathering up. So especially in Colorado where it's been super dry, that has been really helpful. So I mentioned that I just spent some time in Nicaragua with all the kids at the orphanage in a community that I love, love, love down there in Puerto Cabezas. And one thing that I realized that I've been taking for granted is my On Guard hand wash, because that's something that, you know, I have in my kitchen, I have it in my bathroom, and I have like a little portable one that I take with me, and I forgot to bring it with me on this trip. And so I found myself using some of just the basic, you know, like Dial, like just like the basic soap, hand soap. And every time I remembered all of the presentations and research that I've seen about how I'm literally killing all the good and bacteria and good and bad bacteria on my hands by using that, and was cringing just a little bit. So if you haven't tried the On Guard hand wash, that's another thing that we don't think about, is that when we're using some of these other basic hand soaps from the grocery store, is we're actually killing all the good and bad bacteria. So if you haven't switched to the On Guard hand wash, that is something that I realized that I've been taking for granted as well. So for as far as the vitamins throughout the day, I take my vitamins in the morning, I do Terrazyme with lunch, and then I take the same exact protocol vitamins in the evening, minus the probiotic, because I only take that one in the morning. As far as a bedtime routine goes, there are different people that take the Serenity soft gels every single night. I personally take that if I'm traveling or if I really feel like I need that extra boost for sleep. And that's because I sleep like a baby. I'm very lucky in that regard. And so I only take that as needed. However, I do have a really awesome bedtime routine that consists of, if I have the availability that night, I'll take an Epsom salt bath. And I've been making Epsom salt baths. It's so easy. All you do is you put a bunch of Epsom salt into a glass jar. And then I've been putting juniper berry essential oil and lavender essential oil. And I do like, for 2 cups of Epsom salt, I do about 10 drops of essential oils. And then I just have these jars sitting next to my bathtub. So I just dump it in, and it is absolutely heavenly. When you do the Epsom salt baths, you want to make sure to put the essential oils in with the Epsom salt before you put the Epsom salt into the bath. Super relaxing before bed. And then another thing I do before I go to bed is I turn my diffusers on, because I already turned them on in the morning, or I already filled them up in the morning. And I have the Peace Touch in my bed at all times. And what this does is it allows you to get in your bed, do your nighttime reading, and then literally roll over and roll the Peace Touch on. I put it on my wrists, back of the neck, and if I'm feeling really called, I'll put the Peace Touch all over the bottoms of my feet too. And it is so incredible for helping to have an amazing night's sleep. In closing, thank you so much for tuning in with me today to talk about using essential oils on a daily basis. I want to leave you with this note. You cannot go wrong. So the most important thing to know is that there's really no way to screw this up unless you're like dumping oregano or thyme into your eyes. Don't do that. But the most important thing is to just remember that you just use your oils and use your products, and don't be scared to try new things. And I feel like you're going to have an awesome experience.